Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how super context works in Gemini models and how to load data into it. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a token? As you can see, token is a small fragment of text that the model understands. And sometimes it might be one word, if it's of course short enough, because we have house or AI is one token. But most of the time the word is too long, so we have to split it into some number of tokens. So for example, in this case, we have to split computer into 3 tokens, computer. And the next one, we can see that 1 million tokens is over 700,000 words, which is equivalent to 8 books or 50,000 line of codes. And Gemini, for example, can handle up to 2 million tokens, which means it can basically read double of it. So it's a lot. It's a very big number of tokens. And how can we load data into our model? Before, we were using something what is called RAG. And basically it means that we had to search for the most important fragments and paste into our model. What it is now we can feed the entire data corpus at once, and the today's models can basically connect it into a single hole and give us a good response. What are the data types that we can load? We can basically load everything. We can load, for example, folders, repositories, PDFs and other documents, and videos. And now we can compare how the ChatGPT and Gemini works in the technical point of view, because ChatGPT have many systems for processing different data types, and each type is processed separately. And in the other hand, Gemini processes all data types at once and have something that is called data synthesis, which gives us a better and consistent reasoning and responses. And as you can see, ChatGPT is probably more popular, but the responses are not always as good as in Gemini model. And here I have a table with models. 4 of them are Gemini models. One of them is GPT-4, basically model that ChatGPT uses. And we can compare. In terms of context, Gemini is almost 5 times bigger than GPT-4. As you can see, GPT-4 is good for documents of medium length. Gemini Flash is better for the bigger documents. And in GPT-4, as I said before, we have to use RAG. And in Gemini, it's a native, so basically all data types are connected at once. And now I will show you in Google AI Studio 2 things. First thing is how to load documents, videos into our model. So basically, in order to do it, we have to go into Playground. We have to choose our model, for example, Gemini 3 Pro Preview. And we have to press this plus button and press Upload File. Now I have prepared a file from NASA Scientist Resources. It's a PDF file. We can click on it and we can ask our model to describe it, for example. So we will type describe it, press enter. As you can see, our model starts thinking. You can see that we used 11,205 tokens, and our session can handle up to over 1 million tokens, as we could see it in that table that I showed you before. We have to wait for our model to think. It will take some time, but it's necessary. As you can see, we have our thinking. We have begin the description process, examining the structure. As you can see, this PDF is 20-page document titled NASA Science Resources. You can read it, but it's not very important right now. In order to add video, we have to click basically the same, upload file. We can press on the video and add it. It works the same, so I'm not going to show you this because I will show you one more really interesting thing: how we can use this Python code in order to connect with our model. So to do it, we have to create API key. So we have to press on API key, get API key, create API key, and now we have to name our API key. So I can name it, for example, test. Here we have to choose our project. I have a project, so I don't have to create it, but if you don't have a project, you have to press on create project and then press create project, and it will be okay. So I will choose test, I will choose create key, and it's important that this key might have to stay private and you can public it to anyone, but in my case it doesn't really matter because I do it only for test, and after the video I will simply remove it. So now we can go to our examples. First of all, we have to install a Google Gemini library using this line of code. I use Google Collaboratory, so I have to have exclamation mark right here. If you use Visual Studio Code, PyCharm or something like this, you have to basically copy it without this exclamation mark, paste it into PowerShell or CMD, and it will work, of course, if you have a Python language installed on your computer. And now we can import this library that we installed before. We can paste our API key right here. And now we have our response. Our response have two parts. The first part is a model, which is Gemini 2.5 Flash, and our prompt. I have a question, for example, how many people are there in the world? So we can ask it, and now we can, here we have printing our response. So we can start it. We have to wait, and as you can see, the current estimated world population is around 8.1 billion people. Now I have a second example, which is more interesting because it contains a file. At the beginning, I have to tell that because I'm using Google Collaboratory, I have to mount with my Google Drive. If you are using, for example, Visual Studio Code, you don't have to do it. You basically have to write your file path right here, and it will work. And right now we have to, of course, paste our key again. Here we have file path to our test.python file. It's a simple loop right here that will print 5 times the name of our channel every 1 second because of the sleep one that is here. And here we have uploading our file. We have our name, we have our MIME type, which is Python because it is we use Python in the file, and our response. Again, the model Gemini 2.5 Flash, and analyze this code and describe it, and describe what it does in a single sentence. So we can run it. Basically, we have to wait a moment again. And as you can see, the code prints the phrase HardReset.Info 5 times, prepending and incrementing number 1 to 5. And it's correct because we can now test it. We can copy this code, we can paste it, and we can run it. And as you can see, it prints the HardReset.Info 5 times. So it's all it's all in the video. If you like it, please leave a like, subscribe the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.